All right, folks. Hey, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio. I'm Dave Heaslance. This segment's brought to you by the good folks at Patriot Counter Terrorism Academy. These guys do an absolute phenomenal job. You can get a hold of them by calling them at 619-517-6420. Just ask for Chad. Or you can go to PCTAGLOBAL. That's PCTAGLOBAL.com. Get on their mailing list, find out all the different classes they teach. In fact, we brought Chad and Nick in today again, since they're a brand new company, just fresh out of the Navy, and they are so passionate about wanting to educate San Diego County. I can't even begin to tell you. And they're talking the family. We're not talking just the guys in the house. We're not talking all the Lances of the world. We're talking the wife. And I'm going to ask Chad right now. It's kind of a cold question, but what about children?
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, one of the things we do is a home defense class, and you know, as we already heard from last week from Big Mike over there, he mentioned that 1 in 3, you know, out of how many was it, Mike? For the
2.1 million break-ins, 700,000 of them are while the residents home.
Yeah, I mean, that's phenomenal. Over 700,000 total nationwide. So, you know, what we like to try to do is that self-defense course that we teach, which is a 3-day course. Definitely check it out on the website. But yeah, you know, we turn your little family into a little fire team. You know, the bad guys think they have a plan, but we have something for them. You know what I mean? They come in and they enter the wrong house because we give you that training, that expertise to be able to, you know, hopefully de-escalate the situation at the lowest level. But if you need to take that shot, well, then we're going to give you those tools necessary to do that.
I had a question because, and I'm sure it comes up, if I was to ask each and every one of you in here, where do you keep your home defense firearm? I bet you there isn't two of us in this room that put it in the same place. Is there? You have them everywhere. But, I mean, and you can't have a 50 cal when you open the door. Every time I open the door to your house, there's a 50 cal sitting there staring me in the face. But, I mean, would you come out to someone's home and basically show them how to set their house up to be safe?
Yeah, most definitely. We do what we call a site survey. So
yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So we come out and we need to get the lay of the land, basically, right? We need to see what you're working with, and you know, we'll go in, we'll take a bunch of pictures, and we'll meet with the client and find out exactly what they need, what they're looking for. And we do have a basic core curriculum, but we also customize it as well. You know, so, you know, if that's what they're looking to, you know, find, you know, hey, what's the best firearm or weapon we're going to use? And that's one of the most common.
So you recommend the actual weapon to fit the need?
Yeah, and it goes real deep into a little bit more than, you know, a lot of people seem to think that the shotgun is the best. The first thing I hear from people is, you know, what's the best firearm for home defense? And the first words I hear is shotgun, right?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, you know, and one of the biggest questions I ask the individual is, okay, well, you like the shotgun, but what type of training have you had? What's your background? Are you familiar with it? Do you understand the functionality of it? Do you know the basics? You know, and most people really don't, you know, and when you get to really talking to them and understanding, you know, the effectiveness of that round and the capabilities of that round, you know, it's important to understand what you're really working with, you know, and so yeah, I think it's really important to understand that, you know, with that comes what we call situational awareness with the combat mindset. And what does that really mean? A lot of people, you know, they look at that and they say, well, situational awareness, okay, what does that mean? Okay, so maybe it's a head on the swivel or something, right? I'm able to, based off my environment, you know, be able to look around and see what's going on. Well, that situational awareness is really a little bit more than that. It's being able to identify a threat before it even happens. You know what I mean? So yeah, you have your hand on a swivel. You know, if you're a female, you know, don't be looking at your cell phone or looking at your iPad or whatever, walking to your car or messing with your keys. You know, become a hard target, not a soft target. You know, you want to, you know, look and see where the danger is coming from before something happens. And combat mindset, what does that really mean? Combat mindset, you know, that's really getting yourself in a position mentally to understand, not that you are hypervigilant 24/7. That's not what the combat mindset means. It basically means that anything that changes within your environment or your normality, the normal day that you would normally have, something has changed that's piqued your interest. And that has caused you to have that situational awareness. And one of the things we do is we teach a color code system. And within that color code system, it's broken down into 5 color codes: black, white, yellow, orange, and red. Now, one of the color codes you don't ever want to be is in black. So if something happens, that's total mental and physical shutdown. In other words, something happens, you've been confronted with a high threat situation, and you absolutely do nothing. So now you become a victim of your own circumstances, and now, you're in the worst place possible. So that's definitely where you don't want to ever be. And through training and repetition, we can, keep you from going into the black. Now, if you fall into the white is basically total vulnerability. Basically, if you're at home with your family, you're watching a movie, you're hanging out, you really, the combat mindset's not there. Situational awareness isn't there because you're in your comfortable zone. You're in your white, okay? So if you step outside your house, now your environment has changed from the comforts of your home to now I'm outside. So most people right there in tunnels and have blinders on, and they literally just go, okay, I got my coffee in my hand, and I got to get to work. I'm running late. They want to get to the car, and they don't take that momentary pause just to survey, their own neighborhood.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Situational awareness, is that daytime or nighttime?
That's constant. Yeah.
So it doesn't make a difference whether the sun's up or down.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But
don't people feel safer when it's sunshiny out and more vulnerable than say nighttime?
Yeah, people become complacent. And because of that complacency, unfortunately when things happen, if they don't have the training, they hesitate. And hesitation unfortunately kills people. Right. So you don't ever want to fall into that situation. So it's imperative, and these color codes will basically help you escalate or de-escalate your threat level based off of your environment or what you encounter. So if you walk outside, you take that momentary pause. It's called a non-specific alert. That's in yellow. So you survey your area, no big deal, right? You're good to go. You get in your car, you go to work. Say later on at night, you're out with your friends or your family, and you go to a club. Well then I might transition into an orange because now I may have a specific alert. So I'm looking at different groups of people, possible conflicts that may erupt. I'm looking at my body position in relationship to the door or the exit. I'm looking at, basically being able to keep my head on the swivel so I can look and see what's going on. Now, you transition from that orange into red is if something actually happens, which means you may have to use what's called SBI, serious bodily injury, or unfortunately death. Something that may cause you to have to take it to another level where you're truly in fear of your life. Hopefully you don't have to go to the red, but you need to be able to understand that these color codes, these 5 color codes, gives you that ability to keep yourself in that mindset or that combat mindset with situational awareness, to not let it control yourself or control your abilities throughout the day, but allows you to be able to escalate or de-escalate your threat level based off what you encounter. And it's really important.
And when's your next classes?
So we have a class starting the 16th and 17th of this month, and then we also have another class the 23rd and 24th, and that's a pistol and rifle course. And we have a women's only pistol on the 31st of this month. And go ahead and take a look at that. It's really important.
And the website again?
It's PCTA Global. That's PCTAglobal.com. And
you
go
did
ahead.
it better than I did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, well, go ahead and check it out. One of my partners here, Nick, he's on board with us. I'll let Nick kind of, go ahead and
just
say
pull,
a few
you can pull
things
that
real
out of the
quick.
rack if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey guys, thanks for letting me be here. It's a pleasure coming on the program with you guys and getting to talk about my experience as well as hanging out with Chad here and everyone. Chad's done a great job vetting all the instructors. I'm the newest one of the team. All the instructors have real world combat experience. You run into a lot of instructors who they've been shooting recreationally for a long time. Advantage that we have at Patriot Counter Terrorism is our instructors all have real world combat experience, thousands and thousands of hours behind the firearms that we train on, and so Chad's done a great job vetting and bringing in the top tier that people can learn from. Just on my personal background, joined the Army rifle at the age of 17 back in 2002 as a infantry rifleman, and then from there got out, joined the Navy, went into Naval Special Warfare as a SWIC operator, Special Warfare Combatant Craft Crewman, and spent a lot of time training. Myself and training people because shooting is a perishable skill. So it's something you got to keep going. You got to get your training on. You got to keep up on.
And you guys are using that airsoft.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey, we're definitely going to have you back again because there's a lot more to be said. Website one more time.
PCTA Global. That is PCTAglobal.com.
All right.
Get your training.
Yeah, definitely.